The Razer Firefly is an RGB mouse pad and comes in two variants, the cloth surface and the hard surface. I will be reviewing the cloth version. Shout out to my friend Oliver who has let me borrow this to review. Let's get into the video. The base of the Razer Firefly has a nice rubber texture that keeps the mousepad in place. It measures in at 356 by 255mm and is roughly 3.5mm high, though the actual usable area for your mouse is smaller due to the small plastic border, the cable cover and the Razer logo, which unfortunately is raised above the surface. This means that you might find your mouse hitting it from time to time, which can be very annoying. I've had different results with this depending on which mouse I use. The Logitech G403 has rounded mouse feet which cover the width of the base, and so when it comes into contact with the Razer logo, it isn't as apparent. The Final Mouse Scream 1 however has angular mouse feet with space in between. This makes contact with the Razer logo much more apparent and makes running off the side of the mousepad more clunky when compared to the Logitech G403. This isn't the only possible obstruction when using the pad, as the mouse cable sometimes catches on the cable cover, at least with mice that have thick and heavy cables. However, if you use a mouse bungee, this problem can be avoided. Because of these possible obstructions, the actual usable area of the mousepad is smaller than the dimensions I listed earlier. I'd say that the usable area is closer to 310 by 210mm from my personal experience. This is a relatively small size, especially for low sensitivity gamers. If you play first person shooters, this mousepad could be suitable for 27cm to 29cm per 360 or less, but anything above that threshold could cause some problems. As someone who plays at 41.4cm per 360, this mousepad is too small for me. Though this is the cloth version of the Firefly, it does have a relatively solid base, which makes this mousepad feel like a hybrid. It has a very thin layer of cloth and then the base is solid. You can see the difference when I press down into the Corsair MM200, which is an actual cloth pad. Compare this to the Firefly and the Firefly is much harder. This difference in feel translates to a different user experience. The Firefly has much less resistance than the MM200, which makes for a smoother glide. Personally I like the extra resistance on the MM200, but everyone is different. The Myonic Savior 7000 and the Surface Quality Analyzer tool gives the Firefly a 90% score, which is very good. I found no issues when using this mousepad with the optical or laser sensors. By the way, if you're enjoying this review so far, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. I need your support to get this channel off the ground and that would be really helpful, but only subscribe if you like what you see. The official software for the Firefly is Razer Synapse, which requires you to sign up with an email address. Once you've gained access to the software you can begin customizing the RGB lighting. Here is a preview of some of the different options. Overall, the software functions as intended and I haven't experienced any problems. In terms of the RGB itself, I love the classic Razer lighting effects, though I do wish the lighting was more apparent. The plastic border covers the sides of the mousepad ever so slightly, which means that you can only see the lighting properly from the side. From above, you can only see the lighting reflecting off the surface of your desk, which looks good, but it largely depends on the colour and the material of your desk. For example, here it is on white silk paint. And then here it is on top of my cloth pad, which is a common setup for many gamers. You can see that the cloth pad absorbs much of the light and doesn't look as good as the white paint. Here it is from a side angle. To conclude this review, the Razer Firefly feels like a cloth and hard mousepad hybrid and gives great tracking performance for optical and laser mice with a smooth glide, though it is a little small for my playstyle and I would like the lighting to be more visible. If you really want an RGB mousepad and play at less than 27 to 29cm per 360, then this could be the mousepad for you. Just be careful of your mouse cable getting caught on the mousepad's cable cover if you don't have a mouse bungee and if your mouse isn't wireless. I hope this review has helped you. If you plan on buying this mousepad and want to help support the channel, I have put Amazon links in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with those who may be interested. Once again, thank you to Oliver for lending me this for a review. This has been JoshTechBytes. Thank you for watching.